Hey, what's up guys? This is Colin from Fresh Salt Fishing, and today we're going to be tying the sparkle shrimp from Postfly box. First order of business is to take the orange thread provided and build up a thread base going along the entire shank of the hook, and then we're going to pay some special attention to up near the eye. We're going to build up a little head for our next piece, which is the medium dumbbell eyes. We're just going to tie those dumbbell eyes on with a crosshatch pattern and work the thread back. Next item is purple craft fur. We're just going to take a small section of that. We're going to pick out this under fur, which is just like the shorter strands, so it doesn't get too built up on the shank. And then we'll tie that in on the end of the shank, just before the bend of the hook. A couple of loose wraps, make sure you have it in the correct place. Then you can tighten it down and trim up the excess fur. Next, we're going to use some crystal flash. I just use one strand for this because a little bit goes a long way. It's their pearl crystal flash. Take one strand and half it, and then half it again. And then those 4 strands, I'll just tie it on top. Again, a couple loose wraps to make sure you have it in place, and then tighten it down. Next is the orange rubber legs. I only use one. These are like, kind of work like antennas. So I'm going to take one rubber leg and half it around the thread, and then just tie that in on top, but making sure that one of the legs is going down each side of the fly here. I want one on either side of the hook, so they're a little bit spread out. After you get those in place, just throw a couple more wraps on to make sure they're tight, and then we can add in our orange eyes here. They're calling them shrimp eyes. I place the bend underneath the shank of the hook, and that's a part that I'll actually end up cutting off. I just want to get the 2 eyes in place and then secure them in there. And once I have them at the angles that I want, I can actually tighten it down, and then I'll cut off that bend and work my thread down the excess just to cover up those little tag ends and make sure that the eyes are secure. Next, we're going to add in some purple strung, and I like to cut off this fluffy, very thick end of it and just trim off those fuzzy feathers. Those don't really lay down as well. It's not really the look I'm going for. And it also gives me just like a little bit of a tag end on the feather to tie in. So I just put a couple wraps around that to secure it, and then I start to palmer that around that junction just to really cover up where the eyes, rubber legs, flash, and craft fur meet. And this purple hackle or purple strung will cover that up. Go ahead and get that a couple times and secure with the wraps and cut off the tag end. And then the next thing we will add in will be our purple cactus chenille. And I don't even take it out of the bag. I just take out, one end of it, secure it on there with a few wraps, and then work the thread all the way up to just behind the barbell eyes. And you can leave it hanging there while you go ahead and wrap the shank with the cactus chenille. And just want to pull those fibers back. You can kind of wet your fingers and pull them back towards the bend of the hook as you're palmering it on there. Just be careful not to stab yourself with the hook point. Once you get it to just behind the barbell eyes, go ahead and secure it with your thread wraps and cut off the tag or the excess, and then build up a thread base in front of the barbell eyes. The next thing to add is a weed guard, so you flip your hook over. If you don't have a rotary vise, just go ahead and turn it over in your vice grips and then re-secure it. And you just want to take like an 1.5 inch section, secure it around the bottom of the shank just behind the eye and in front of the barbell eyes, and wrap it on both sides so that it will make sure to stand up a little bit and protect the hook. I think I'm using 30-pound test here. It doesn't really have to be super heavy. It just needs to be heavy enough to push the fly off any weeds or anything you're throwing it through. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. That's the Sparkle Shrimp by Postfly, tied in purple and orange. That's a killer fly for redfish. And yeah, thanks for watching.